Coach, for my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Coming up, an important divisional round matchup in the NFC between the New Orleans Saints and the Washington Redskins. One of two spots in the NFC title game awaits the winner here as we're underway in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. This will be taken in at the one. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Set. Henry. Hey, tight. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
Darius got his first carry of the game. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
No chance.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Ready.
Here's Geis. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good for a Redskin first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, the continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers. You're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
65.
Here's 2nd and 8. Quick hit here. It's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That was a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Check 26. Kill. Go.
On first down, this is Geis. And some room to run. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
15 on it. 50. Watch the run.
Trying to toss play the run. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
50's the mark. In your face.
Brown looking to throw on 2nd down. He sets to fire deep. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Wow. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. His first reception of the divisional round matchup, but it's good for a first down as well. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Back to the ground game now with Geis. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally marked down at the 23. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last two plays. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Shrink that ball. Shut up. Shut up.
On first down, here's Long. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Yeah, it's a 4-yard loss. Really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's Brown to throw on 2nd down. It's all in by Hardy. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marshall Lattimore. And a return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Good stuff.
Really nice pick there for the reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week. And a good story on that. He said he didn't even know he won the award. His buddy had to call him. He saw it on television and said, hey, congratulations. How about that?
And I'll bet you his buddy said, well, since you didn't know, I'll just go ahead and claim the award, right? And everything that goes along with it. But the reason he won the award, we just saw there, instincts. Understanding where the play is going and being able to make a play on the football.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
15 line. 15 line. Tackles, tackles. Check out, ready, ready.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down. That makes 3rd down a lot more interesting.
It certainly does. How about the example of situational football there and his ability to think the play through? 2nd and short, not anticipating a passing play, sold out and made a great tackle, which brings up 3rd down.
And he will find his man on the outside. His first catch of the divisional round goes for a first down. He had 5 catches last week in their wild card win. On first down, it's Rowe. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way up to the 47. That good for 19 and a first down.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
55. Right there, get it.
First down. They'll find Taylor. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
Game gets longer, baby. That's it. Hey, let's do that.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run out of the gun with Canal. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
You ain't doing nothing today.
They'll try the left side. Throw. And they'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Go, everybody!
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 7. These guys now on the crossing route. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the red zone now, they look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partners? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10.
Let him know. Go.
They'll try the left side. It's Rowe. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal.
Russ, we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can manage too.
They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. From 6 yards away. As his guys are on the board first here tonight. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of a ball game. How about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't put any extra stress on your offense.
Geis. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Looking to throw. Brown. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hardy. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. When the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back to throw. Brown. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Let's go, D.
This time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That's good for a first down. He's a guy who went over 1,000 yards receiving in the regular season, and now he's got his first catch in the playoffs. It's Guice on the counter. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
One advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch tight end. Even.
Operating from the goal. There goes a deep ball, end zone. It is intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The play-action fake. They look to throw. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to go. But that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're trying to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
First catch for him in these playoffs. He was held without one last week, but he's got a first down on that effort. Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful Divisional Round weekend. Now the first down carry. It's Kamara. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run for. Didn't happen on that play.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on 3rd. Back to throw. He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Redskins 28.
Well, we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double cover, but how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
On 2nd down there, it's Rowe. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. 22 yards. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
That's fielded in the end zone. And they're right up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee. And as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. Hey, defense, go. Shit. There you go.
Brown from the gun, he'll throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turn it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. The first play of the drive there is incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. The Redskins on 3rd down, putting an extra man here in the secondary.
High 7. Go.
Now back to throw. He's going to roll one out. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. Here comes the Saints punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC Divisional round matchup. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, a trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
First
down. Low. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They're keeping on the ground. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the
field. Looking to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play of the football there, and it's 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's get that ball, D.
Now again, right side. It's Rowe. He finds some open field here. 30. 20, 10, touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
We got this.
Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
He will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Marcus Davenport, the first runner out of UTSA with a sack. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles usually move the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. There have been no struggles here for this crew. I mean, they were double digits at halftime, and they just expanded that here in the second half.
And it appears there are no answers from the defensive side. I think right now, if I'm the coordinator, if I'm down on the field, if I'm wearing a hat, I've already thrown it. If it's a visor, it's sailed. Right? My game plan is down by my feet right now because nothing I've drawn up appears to be working.
Well, he's going to have to find something right now to stop this offense. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Traquan Smith, the intended receiver, and it's third and short.
I like the boldness, and I like that they took a shot downfield, but it was well covered, and he's able to get a hand in and knock it away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. And again, this time to the tailback. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on first. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
Position. You're going to get him down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. So I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always said, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Now they have a little more space to maneuver from the 15, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Gallus. Across the 20 to the 22. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
There you go. Check four. Shift. Watch the shot.
To throw on second down. Brown going for the deep ball. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 38. But a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
Interception.
Oh, that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
On first down. Only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers reading the flag and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
This is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. As his guys are in for 6. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And it is 28-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will take it back only to about the 13-yard line here.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
Go.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Brown. Flush to his right. Good hold of the 40. And he's got him. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Brown. A heavy rush and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Slings this deep from McLaurin, and that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Brown. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
They just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. that were blowouts.
Pilot, 64,
and none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
60 or
59, Mike to 59.
Hey, pick your game up. 5.
Now first down here for Harris. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
59. Hey. Be careful.
On second down. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Washington territory. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Travel. Ready.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that will be incomplete.
Yeah, baby, boom.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. 44 on his first punt. This is a good kick as well. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's got to be for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Ready, go. Check 50.
2nd and 6. To his left. He'll try and throw it deep to the other side of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside.
And now here's another interception. Picked off around the 41. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. The interception rose. They just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur.
Undercrush.
You start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran the wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing it.
Check 59. You must be dreaming.
On 2nd down there, it's Rowe. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. The Saints on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8.
Get it.
Now again, right side, Carlisle. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this. This is Harris. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, second and goal.
Ready to go.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did mind a quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty keen too. There's those sudden moves or those subtle moves that get you the jump.
And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all.
Here we go.
The Saints on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a third and goal here. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop them a couple of yards short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And his kick is good. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They're just obviously getting short out here in this one, Charles. What's your approach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 37. And he will tap this one home. It's a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. If they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well.
It's caught inside the 25. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 48 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That's complete to his receiver, McCoy. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
You remember me? You remember me?
Here's Brown. Operating from the gun. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier.
Come on.
Now they're out there again to try once more. Back to throw. Brown. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. So they stay alive in the NFL playoffs Let's move on to the conference championship. And do you think that the printing press is starting to get those T-shirts and hats ready, my friend?
They have to, Brandon. They have to be ready because if you win, you've got to hand those out on the field right away. And just think about the pressure for the players now. Families are going to be talking about tickets to the Super Bowl even before you play the conference championship game.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Washington, thanks for watching, and good night, everybody.